What is going on, Shedheads? Happy Friday to you guys out there. We are back, and it is going to be an interesting episode tonight. If you guys have not seen this do this in the past, this is a newer episode, but we'll get to what we're going to be doing here in a second. In the meantime, let's find out what the boys are vaping on, and they'll start off with Sean. What you got this week, man?
Well, I had a little time after dinner tonight to go ahead and do a little deep clean. So I went ahead and got deep in the threads, deep inside of the Dreamer clutch, got her nice and polished up inside. And of course, had to slap my Cosmonaut V2 on top with, a little Stay Gold chop top on there. Just adding that little bit of, yellowy flash on each side. And in that, I've been vaping the Mabacco, can only be tobacco from Casadaga e-liquids, because it's the craziest thing, man. Like, I go through these phases every like month or so where I'm like, I just need a couple bottles. I buy a couple bottles, I vape through them. I'm like, all right, now I can hit some other flavors and I'll be happy. But I start craving this shit, man. So it's good. I really like it a lot. And that's about it for me. Just keeping it short and sweet as usual.
Oh,
Uncle Chris.
shit. Yep, sorry, I just poured some juice on myself. That was not what I wanted to do at all.
You overdripped.
No, actually, I didn't even. I just, I
Totally
thought
missed.
I had the cap on, and then turns out I didn't have it on. And because what I'm about to show you has a little hole that you fill up, and so the hole, because it's also hot liquid, dude, it's like really thin. It just poured right out on my clean ass fucking beater, dude, unfortunately. But it's all good. So yeah, I picked up something new but really old. I got it and it was pretty fucking cheap, but I was just ordering some liquid and I was like, you know what? Fuck, dude, I've always wanted to try the RDA. And they didn't have the RDA, they had the RTA and they had the RDTA. So I want the RDTA. So I got it's the nitrous RDTA in stainless. They have like tons of different colors, but I just went with the stainless because I thought that it would be the easiest one. I got a chop top on here. It's like a really dark color. Don't remember. It doesn't really matter. Chop top's just the best. It's the shape. The colors are dope, but for me, it's the shape. This is an O-ring one, so it's even a little bit more restricted. Loving it. On top of the clutch, I have. Oh man, AJ Holland coils in here. Actually, I was like going through like the bank, going into the fucking safe, and I found like tons of other coils that I forgot I had. So there's the AJ Holland, whatever the ones that ohm out to 0.11. Can't remember which ones. I think they're the 4 cores.
They could be.
Yeah, I think they might be the 4 cores.
Either
way,
that or he does have a triple 2636 build too.
Yeah, could be the triple.
Are they?
It could be those, but I think that they might be.
What did the tin look like? I could tell you off that.
I think it was red.
Oh, then yeah, it might be.
That's the triple 26.
No, because the triples have the white lid with the the Rasta logos on them, and then the 4 cores I think were like different colors.
Yellow? Was it yellow? It doesn't really matter. They're AJ Holland coils. I know that for sure. It's like a 0.11-ish. It's ripping pretty nice in here. I'm like super impressed with this. Like, atomizer, like really impressed so far. I've only been vaping it for 24 hours. But I'm really impressed with it. I got a DIY in here. It's like a tropical fruit mix. There's grapefruit in it, and I'm like really kind of digging it. It needs some work, but I'm experimenting for some things. So the experiment's going okay. And then the other setup that I got going, so I got that Odin, the DNA 250 or 200, whatever it is, with, of course, the good old Og Vape Boreas V2. Got a grape chip chop top. I can remember this name for whatever reason. The coils in here, I think they're actually Duchess coils. There's 28s, I think. And the liquid that I got in here is another fruit mix. We got the guava jelly going on in this bad boy. And yeah, that's what I'm vaping on.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let us know what you got, James.
So for me, keeping it short and sweet this week, rocking the Desolator V4. I think I got this last week, the week before, don't remember, I don't know, but changed out the RDA, threw the Bonza Pro on top of there with a nice pine chop top, and I will say, like, the pine chop top color matches this thing so fucking perfectly, dude. Inside I have some N90 aliens from Drip Theory, and of course, you know the deal, homeboy Mango is for real. That should be an ad right there. That was like some real top-notch fucking jingle type shit. But anyways, that's all I really got this week, guys. I have other things here I might pick up, probably not. It's just gonna be this. Let's be honest. But with that being said, there's one last thing to do before we get into the main topic of tonight's episode. It's time to throw it to Sean to find out what's new in the shed.
Well, friends, you already know the Shed Time podcast. We talk about Shed Time and we talk about post Shed Time activities like snacks. And we get talking about both those things this week, as usual. And we found out that Reese's is getting ready to drop an even bigger Reese's. So we have a pretty deep discussion about the merit of that, because for some people that might just be too much. But we also get talking about those sheddables, if you will, and how sometimes they're not going to work for people, and maybe we have to look at the whole process different. But that brings us back to the old school methods of when we were young and dumb and just kind of winging it. So we talk about all that fun stuff this week on the Shed Time podcast, and if you want to check it out, it's available on all your streaming platforms and of course shedtimepodcast.com. So that's what's new in the shed.
Absolutely, and with that, that brings us into today's main segment of the episode, which is going to be vape debate. Whoa, that transitioned without me hitting the button, but look at that fancy bumper there. Vape debate. Today's vape debate will be Colada. Does it belong in e-liquid? Are you a fan? Do you absolutely hate it? Is it something you look for specifically in certain liquids, or is it something you specifically don't look for? You know what I mean? Where are you at on this vibe? This could be menthol as well, if you want to kind of toss that in there, because that's still kind of in that Colada sort of vibe. The cooling factor. Sean was the one that brought this this topic to the table, and I think it's an interesting one, because there was one point in time where I probably would be on one side of the fence, and there's a time now where I'm probably leaning more towards the other side of the fence. But I will say there are scenarios. Well, we'll get into it. So, do you want to start this topic off,
Well,
Sean?
yeah,
Do you
like
want to get us going? Because I know you already
I've
have
kind
an
of
opinion.
yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, leading up to this, because I threw this idea out there, um, and so here's the thing that I'm thinking about, and it's the fact that, like, we do have to be fair when we talk about the cooling effect, in the fact that Colada is different from an ice, is different from a menthol. They do all have distinct elements to them. And I can totally respect that there are going to be people who may like one or two of those aspects, but not others. A case in point, there used to be an e-liquid that I vaped when I first started vaping called Mahalo Cool Breeze. So there were two versions because the company understood that the Colada may be polarizing. So you had regular Mahalo, which was a Hawaiian old-fashioned recipe fruit punch that they basically cloned in e-liquid form, and it was a fantastic e-liquid. And then they had the Cool Breeze version, which had the Colada. Technically speaking, they tasted exactly the same, but the Colada one just left a tingling sensation on the tip of the tongue. And it was when I would describe it to customers when they were, debating between the two in the vape shop, I'd explain to them, and it's almost as if you were drinking a glass of juice with ice cubes in it, and the ice cube falls down, hits your lip or your tongue, like that kind of like quick, sharp, bing, and then it's gone. Whereas obviously, if we think about something like the guava jelly ice, it's a little bit more prevalent, but it's still not as aggressive as, say, the menthol in Naked's Brain Freeze. That was extremely aggressive, and I loved it, and I still crave it to this day, but definitely, again, a whole other experience. But back to the point of Coolada itself, I feel that in that fruit realm, it totally makes sense to me. But what I am confused by, and I would love if anybody who has dabbled with it, maybe has input on that side of it, which is how in the UK and even some of these disposables that we've been seeing in the US, they do like dessert flavors with a Coolada. And that's something I don't fully grasp. Like I'm thinking like a vanilla custard, vanilla flavor with a cooling effect. And that I'm not 100%. I don't understand it. I haven't tried it, so I can't, judge it completely. But I am for the use of Coolada by and by at the end of the day, because I think the effects it has on specific flavors that I've experienced, especially when you think about a hot day, oh, they are so much more refreshing than just the base flavor by itself.
Where are
You
you
want to
at
go,
on
James?
this,
Or you want me to
Chris?
go?
Go for it. You go.
I can go. When it comes down to it, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
But like, do I really want it very often? No. But at the same time, there's been enough liquids that have even just a touch of cooling that I'm fine with, and like I'll vape. Um, I can't think of one specifically, like right off the top of my head, that I've like vaped a lot of. But even like some of the nasty juices, they had cooling in it, but they had like one that was like a black currant and it was a really good flavor. And the cooling didn't really bother me too much. I could kind of get through maybe like 10 mils and I'd be like, oh, this is still kind of tripping me out. But then all of a sudden it just like started to fade for me and I would just get the flavor. Um, even like Benthol, like that was one of those ones
Dude,
where I was
that
like
shit
super
was
surprised how
crazy.
much I still enjoyed it. So like I should probably try like Eric's like guava jelly ice or whatever it is. I should probably try that because I probably would vape it.
You would.
As for the desserts, I mean, a vanilla custard with cooling makes no sense to me. But if you gave me like a really nice vanilla ice cream and there was a touch of cooling in it, I probably it wouldn't bother me. It'd be like that similar thing. Like at the beginning, I'd be like, oh, I'm not really sure. But then after I got through, a little bit of the bottle, I'd be like, nah, this is just a good flavor. I just don't search for it. Like if someone's like, yo, get this, it's fucking crazy cold, I'd probably be like, nah, I don't think that I'll get that. But if someone was like, there's a touch of cooling in it, I don't think that it would bother me too much, and I'd probably vape it. But yeah,
I'm glad
desserts,
you
I don't
brought
know.
up
This
crazy cold, because I can definitely remember hanging out at one of the vape shops and them having me try this shit, and it was something like super ice or whatever, And it was one of those like when you smelled it from the bottle, you felt the cold.
Yeah, like it opened up your fucking sinuses.
Yeah, and like I tried it, and I mean, if you wanted to vape the blue Vicks cough drop that's like straight menthol, like that's pretty much what it was. It was like I
I
couldn't
think the
taste the
first time
fruit
I ever tried
flavor.
anything was Heisenberg that had cooling in it. Did you ever
They
have
had
that?
cooling in that?
I never vape Heisenberg.
I never tried it.
Yeah. But
Oh,
yeah, James, what do you think?
for me, like when I first started vaping, well, here, let's go way back. Before I even vape, I was a menthol smoker. You know what I mean? So like
Same.
I was already like on that vibe when I was trying to quit. So I was actively searching for something that gave me that effect because I was hoping that it would help me switch. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying every sort of menthol, ice, whatever flavor. I think Naked's Breeze, Breeze, Brain
There was
Freeze,
brain
Brain
freeze. Yeah, it
Freeze.
was brain freeze.
I think that
That was
was
the
one of the
They had a
strawberry
few.
flavors.
pomegranate
Yeah, and it was
kiwi.
and it was menthol,
And
and
it was
that
an aggressive
it
menthol.
was
It
pretty
was
heavy,
good.
dude. But it was one of those ones that like got me off. You know what I mean? That was one of the first flavors. I was like, oh, dude, this is it. This is it.
Yeah, that was one of the,
Um,
I can do this.
yeah, and I was on that for a while, and then I kind of just fell off of cooling like Colada menthol flavors for a long time. Like now, like I guess I'm kind of like you, Chris. Like there's some that I don't mind necessarily, but I'm not like in love with any of them. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna all day any of them. I more so like well, I won't even say really like, but I don't mind it as much in like a pod system. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna put
Yeah,
in
it's
like a
way more common
cross
there
or
too.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Well, yeah, that or like in disposables. Like at first it used to piss me off, but after a while I kind of started to just get used to it, and I kind of enjoy that little bit of a switch up for, especially for like a pod system, because I'm doing mouth to lung. It gives me a little bit of an extra throat hit. You know what I mean? So I actually do kind of enjoy it in that aspect. I will say though, ice guava jelly, bro, it's nice. It's not too crazy like iced out. It's, you know what I mean, and it doesn't like really affect the flavor of guava jelly. It just adds that little bit of a cooling factor. But dude, that stuff in like a pod, that's what I actually have some in my my Pure Max pod system at work, and dude, it's fucking banging out of that thing. But when it comes to just like my more average everyday, dual coil mech builds, I don't think I'm gonna be searching out for anything with a menthol, Colada, or any really type of cooling too much. Unless it's like Frank and Atticus came out with a fruit line, the like Frank and Atticus 2, and all of those had just like a little touch. Like it wasn't enough to like be like crazy cooling like some like the Indonesian liquids or like maybe even some UK liquids maybe, to where it's just like holy shit, like Sean was saying, like even that one that he said he tried, that like super freeze or whatever, or it's just like fucking in your face. It was just enough just to like almost make them just a little bit like brighter, and just like almost tricked you into like thinking it was like more refreshing. You know what I mean? It wasn't like super super cold, but it was just a touch. You know what I mean? And
It's
I didn't
interesting because
mind that.
I've been reading in the chat, right? And like a lot of people, like I see, like
They're
earn fuck
hating it
any
hard.
cooling in liquid.
Yeah.
Neil Pitts is saying it's got a funky taste. Um, but then I also see like, Neil said that he tried the nasty juice and he's like, yep, it's nasty. I also wonder if maybe a lot of people who don't try some of these cooling liquids are because they just had a really bad experience. Because, like, let's face it, right? Taste is subjective. And when we would go through, an NVE or something, there were plenty of booths where half the group loved that e-liquid. And there were pockets of us that were like, what do you see in that? That's pretty gross, actually. So, I mean, it makes me wonder if like taking the open mind route where it's like, I know it's not a situation for most of us where like we're gonna buy a bottle of e-liquid just to try it,
You know what?
but like the opportunities there, maybe it's worth trying a friend's vape if they've got like the guava jelly ice to see if maybe it was just a bad liquid that you just weren't jiving with,
like for
but
me,
this one's better.
I think it could even be like a regional thing. You know what I mean? Because like obviously it's really big in the UK, huge in Indonesia, and even uh, I don't know. Like I don't know that could be a thing. But this was some input we got from Instagram earlier today. Vape and Bogad said because I was like, should Colada be an e-liquid? That was just like kind of like the question I posed, and he said, fuck yeah. So he's all about it. And he also said, be careful with that Bonza Pro RDA. The air pose crazy or is way too smooth, because that's what Grim said in his review, I guess, that it's just too smooth. I was like, bro, crazy smooth, dude, fucking crazy smooth.
It's like, am I even vaping, bro?
Yeah. But I will, and I also agree with you, Sean, on your earlier one of your first points about saying when it comes to fruits, I can see it, I understand it, it makes sense, but I have yet to, or don't really think I really will try like a bakery, or like you said, like
Oh yeah, I don't think I'd
cut.
try bakery
That'd
either,
be
bro.
kind of weird.
I'm
So,
thinking like an ice cream. I think if there was the same kind of level as you're talking about the Franken-Atticus has,
Like that
something
might
like a
be,
lighter
yeah,
amount,
that
I could see myself enjoying it
yeah,
because I think that in
and even with the
time
custard,
it
I
would
can kind of
fade
see that
out.
too, because that maybe they're trying to do like a frozen
A
custard sort of
frozen custard,
situation.
yeah,
yeah.
and
But
and so to that effect, if like the Mahalo's level of Culado that I was talking about was more of just like that little sharpness on the tip of your tongue, like an ice cube had hit it. I think that would be like the perfect amount for something like a frozen custard flavor, an ice cream flavor. I'm even thinking now, like if you could nail a good chocolate, that might be good.
oh, like a yeah, like a Andes mint sort of situation.
More like there's this old penny candy called Ice Cubes, and
Oh
they
yeah, I
were
know what you're talking
they were
about.
actually like the weirdest chocolate because as they melted in your mouth, they felt cold.
Yeah, and they were like super super smooth.
Yeah, wicked smooth. They're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
delicious.
I think that up here they're called like icy squares,
I never had
but
them.
it was the exact same thing.
Yeah, like nowadays you probably get them for like a nickel or 10 cents with just this little tiny like cube of chocolate, and
Dude,
it's
fuck.
the
Up here they're probably like
craziest
3 for a
sensation.
dollar now. Fuck.
Yeah, it could
You know what
be,
I mean?
but
But
like
yeah, no, I could see
craziest
I
sensation.
could see something like that because actually now that you say that, I'm pretty sure. So like at NVE, I bought 5 bottles of Shamrock Shake or whatever it was from Sad Boy, based off of me vaping it off Jacoby's vape, and it definitely had a cooling agent in it, for sure. Now that I
Oh
think
yeah,
about it,
Oh, for
it
I
would
sure.
don't
have to,
think that I
right?
would like it now
No,
personally,
no,
but at that moment, it tasted
dude. Honestly,
really
like
good.
that whole experience, bro, I feel like was slightly, I don't want to say tainted, but
It was altered.
it was there's definitely some altering to like the situations there, just because of
The-
how
the-
hyped everybody
yeah,
was to
the
be
aura
there.
in the room
Dude,
makes
it was the
everything better for
energy
sure.
that was going around that weekend was just so fucking high that like it was hard to say bad thing about anything that happened or what
Boys,
was
does
going
that mean
on.
that maybe vaping on the Galatech was actually worse than we
Yeah, it
experienced?
really wasn't like
Dude, it
all that.
seemed pretty good that day.
I feel like
I know.
it was just a decent like whatever vape, but we had it built up in our heads so high that it was the worst, absolute shittiest vape. The fact that we got any flavor out of it blew us fucking away.
I mean,
What up,
there's
Beecher?
definitely some truth to that.
Throw in your 2 cents on this, Beecher, because you're in like one of the like the land of Colada out there in Indonesia. What are your thoughts on Colada? Is it something you vibe with, bro? Is it something that you could go without? Because I know at least from what I've seen from what Liquid's Grimm's got, it seems like majority of the flavors out there have some sort of like cooling situation going on.
Dude, I do think that I could do like a chocolate mint. I think I could do that.
Try it. You could do it. You got the stuff.
I mean, well, actually, I don't have any cooling though. I've actually never even bought a cooling agent to like mix with, not even once.
He says ice is everywhere. Yeah.
Which makes me also wonder, is Indonesia a place that maybe it's more common to do like dessert flavors with cooling as well?
It's
He's totally
everywhere,
against
and I'm
it.
against it, dude.
We're
We're with you, bud. But that's
not totally against it though.
I said,
We all feel like there is a time and place.
it's like I feel like I'm the most pro here of the panel,
probably out of all
but
of us. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
like
think that you
'cause
are.
I will actively seek these out from time to time. Like I go through moments where I'm like, I actually need a menthol or a cooling style vape. Um, and maybe that does go back to like the fact that like James was saying, like being a menthol smoker. I was a menthol smoker. That brain freeze was the menthol thing that helped me convert. And I always credit the Soul Custardy because of the black and mild smoker that I was as well. And that satisfied the richness that I think ultimately got me over the edge. But to satisfy that menthol, dude, that brain freeze was the only thing that did it. That just aggressive in your face, like 5, 6 vapes of that, your whole throat is cold. Like it was, I still crave it. I want to go to New Hampshire and get a bottle of brain freeze
Yeah.
right now.
Teacher says sweets plus ice equals everything here. Like apparently, just they ice it up out there in Indonesia, bro. Seamus said Shamrock Sugar Cookie has cooling and it's pretty good. Also all the Humble liquids that were iced were really good. I was never really a big fan of Humble liquids. Not to
I
like
always
bag
thought
Yeah.
that
on
their
them.
shit was just like cheap, you know?
Yeah, it
They
was just very generic to me.
And like well, they were one of the beginners, the early people to cheap big bottled e-liquid.
Yeah.
Were they not? Like
Yeah,
that's what my
yeah,
memory is telling me.
yep.
Teacher says his lady is literally vaping chocolate ice cream right now, Chris.
There you go.
Dude,
Yeah,
honestly, I wouldn't mind. Hopefully, okay, to any of our DIY mixers that may be sending us mystery liquids, if you want to throw in like an ice cream that does have a touch of some Colada or something in it, I'm not against it if that shows up in one of the mixes down the line.
I'll
And
buy
anyway,
some WS-23 and I'll see what I can do even just for my own taste buds.
Seamus says I'm pretty generic and cheap. Well, not to us, bro.
you're one of a kind, Seamus.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
there's only one of you, bro.
Yeah, but that also I think falls back to that whole point I had made earlier about how maybe it was just a bad experience with the e-liquid you tried because Seamus really enjoyed those humble liquids and none of us really did. I
Yeah,
remember going to that booth and being like, "What's the hype about?" and being like, it's not
even
for me."
Neil Pitt says humble fruit punch gummy juice. I liked. See, I know.
See, like,
I that's the thing. I can't really say too much of it. I only had tried a few, and the few I had tried weren't the best. But it is what it is.
yeah, I mean, I did whatever they were testing at the vape show, whatever year I had tested them, and I was like, yeah, it's not for me. But like that's the thing, different strokes for different folks, right? Like
Dude, you know
maybe
how
that's
many
part of
liquids
it.
though that I've vaped in the past that I thought were fantastic that if I had them right now, I'd probably be like, meh. If I never vape that again, I will not
I
be
it,
sad one bit.
it's funny. I think about that sometimes.
Countless.
I remember an e-liquid when I first started vaping, Madam Parrington. I loved that e-liquid because I was, sub-ohm tank vapor. And then once I got into dripping, it was still pretty enjoyable. And then I switched to native wicks for a while. I think you guys remember that because when we all first started hanging out, I was heavy on the native wicks.
Yeah.
And when I did that and I started vaping that e-liquid on those wicks, I suddenly tasted things in that e-liquid that I did not like. Because initially it was just sweet pear juicy flavor and it was delicious. Once I got it on the native wicks, I could literally taste the pear skin.
I mean, that's not my speed, but
So like it immediately changed my take on the liquid and I stopped liking it.
I'm trying to think, man. There's something that I vaped with Colada, honestly, in the last like year, and I enjoyed it. And I can't for the life of me, almost this entire conversation, I've been trying to remember what it was, and I can't remember. It was a fruit flavor, though, for sure. But I just can't remember. I feel like it was like a citrus.
I could see that being a fire thing, like a citrus blend with a little Colada behind it, maybe to help roll off the sharpness of all that citrus.
Yeah, like it honestly could have been like a lemonade
Yeah.
or a lime. No, I have actually haven't had that many lime flavors, to be honest.
I haven't really either, dude, to be honest with you.
It, so I guess that brings us to a question then, which is why is it that we don't see lime so often in e-liquids?
I don't know, because you see lime in candies, but they did try to like completely take them away and just replace it all with green apple.
I mean, as you're a DIYer, I mean, do you see lime flavorings readily available?
Oh yeah. I have like
So
three
like,
different ones at
yeah,
least.
so it's not for lack of the ingredient.
Well, I've seen it as like
Yeah, no, it's not that.
components and stuff, but I've never seen like a lime forward flavor.
Yeah, I've had like a key lime or
That's true.
something.
I've seen a few key lime
Because like
pies.
Clouds of Mass Destructions had a key lime
Yep.
flavor,
Yeah.
but there's also a Sad Boy like key lime cookie.
Yeah, there's
I think I
pie
had
liquids,
that.
key lime. That's
Um,
true.
and I had a lime like lifesaver one that I got from the UK like 4 years ago, probably
How was
from
that?
this company called Doozy.
I
And it
remember
actually
seeing that
wasn't that
brand name.
bad. It was like a lime sucker. But that was like kind of before I was really like way more like open or into like fruity candy liquids. I was still when I was like deep in just custards, creams, and maybe not even really cakes, just custards, creams, desserts, minus cakes.
Which I guess also makes me think of another fruit we don't see a lot of that you actually mentioned messing with a little bit earlier, which is the grapefruit.
Yeah, there's really not that many grapefruit. Like
I've had quite a fruit, quite a fruit.
like
Quite a fruit few.
what was
Yeah.
that? Home style? No. What's that one? The brew.
Marketplace.
Yes, Marketplace.
They have really
They
good
had one,
grapefruit.
I say
and
I
so
always think
did
of the 12 Monkeys one
Yeah, 12 Monkeys had a good
because that
grapefruit.
12 Monkeys one was fire. I loved the grapefruit out of that one.
what's that
I
one?
just got a new one, I think, that has
There was a
grapefruit.
grapefruit one from oh
It's like
whatever
the
the company that
marketplace
made
one,
lemon
right?
berry. No, the
Oh,
company
Transistor.
Transistor. Yeah.
What was
They
that
had a
one?
grapefruit. It was like a grapefruit
Nazo?
sugar, yeah, or something like that. Yeah. It's like grapefruit and sugar, or like a
Yeah,
sugared
sugar
grapefruit, or
grapefruit.
I think I
Everything from
tried
them was
that.
sugar something.
Yeah, I think that Swags had that maybe at like NVE or something.
Well, Transistor was there, dude, and we all got a bunch of shit from them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got a
because of
bunch
good
of
old
Beautiful
Corey.
Disaster when I was there.
Oh, I hadn't had one of these in a while. Arizona lemon tea.
Oh, dude, I'd kill for
Classic.
that. I'm actually
Oh,
drinking a McDonald's iced coffee, which for the record, dude, I like them. I like them a lot.
Hey, man.
And
You
they're
like it, you
cheap as
like it.
shit.
gentlemen, cran mango.
Mmm.
Seamus says every lime flavor he's tried tastes like the rind of the lime. So like the peel, not necessarily the.
Oh, okay.
I can kind of jive with him on that to an extent because like I know like that's a big part of I think why I'm not as big a fan of the key lime flavors I've tried.
Can't say
I
that
I
get
don't really like key lime either. I don't think that lime and creaminess really go together. Personally, that's like my own taste buds. And like a key lime pie is like a lime cream.
yeah. I can say is one instance that I can think of where there was something very lime prevalent, and it was a very ridiculous flavor from a company called Pinkies Up E-Liquid.
Oh,
Shout out to this dude, Mike Meestreach, utter legend. This guy was a maniac, and he created some wild flavors. But this one was called FAF, or Flavorful as Fuck, and it was a lemon lime yogurt with sliced plum and granola.
ooh.
And the way that he did this, he really nailed it because you got like a very well balanced lemon lime yogurt note, as well as these like sharp spots of plum that would pop up as like the middle of your vaping, and then a granola finish. And it was pretty damn wild how spot on he just nailed this profile. And I can remember that standing out for me as a very, very good lime that was like genuine lime flavor.
Dude, I just thought of a lime flavor. Well, it wasn't just straight lime. It was that from that Frank and Atticus 2 line had a little touch of Colada in it. It was a grape lime flavor. Didn't I send that to you, Chris?
You might have. Maybe no, that
Or
wasn't in
was
the
it
last
grape
year.
lime or was it mandarin lime? Either way, there was one that had it was like there were two fruits. That was the whole base of the line. I think it might have
Yeah,
been grape lime.
it could have been. I don't remember. I
It might
remember
have
it being
been.
that bad.
I remember sending a few of them to you. Um,
I think
Have you
I've
ever
had
seen?
there's somebody made a watermelon lime.
That sounds fire too,
oh,
actually.
the marketplace, their pink punchberry is a strawberry watermelon limeade, I believe.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what because I definitely it was like not last September, the September before I bought like 3 or 4 marketplaces from Will's when I was there.
I
Well, you
do
got
see we got a lot more love for the lime out there.
you gotta be careful with them wraps there, Paul Cole. Double check, bud. Good thing you caught it in time, my friend. It's one thing I always recommend, guys, when you're using mechanical mods. Every time you take a battery out and put one in, check your wraps. Just make it a habit. Because I've definitely had those scares myself. I used to
Yeah,
drink
it's no bueno.
fake lime juice out of the squeeze lime. Oh, dude,
Yo,
that's
you're wild, dude. I also don't know if it's fake lime juice. I think
No,
it's
it's real
lime
lime juice,
juice.
homie. It's
Where
real
you
lime
get the
juice.
little like the green
It's
lime
just
looking
Yeah,
squeezy thing, and there's a lemon
concentrated as fuck.
version. It's real lime juice, man.
yeah, that's real. That's real fruit juice.
That too, Aaron. Just anytime you touch your battery, just give it a look around. Give it a quick up and down. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you know.
If you squeeze lemon on some watermelon, it tastes fire. I could see that. The
I
acidity
could,
from the
yeah.
lemon probably brings out the sugars from the watermelon. It's the same thing as like putting salt on watermelon.
You know, and both of those things might make me change my opinion of watermelon
Dude,
because I
watermelon,
don't like
bro, is
watermelon.
so fucking good. It's one of the only melons I actually like. Not a fan of
It's the only
cantaloupe.
one that I
Don't really
can
like honeydew.
handle.
But dude, like a nice, really like. But here's the thing: watermelon is real touch and go, bud. Because you can get one that's really fucking juicy and really fucking sweet, and then you can get one that's juicy as fuck, but just like fucking, literally tastes like water. You know what I mean? So you win some, you lose some. But dude, when you get a good one, bro,
I'm not really a big fan of the consistency of
I
watermelon,
could
but
see
a
that, dude.
flavor of watermelon, I don't mind.
It is so good.
I don't like
Yeah,
love it in vape liquid really, but I also don't hate it.
You like that melon punch from Homeboy.
It's like my least favorite one, but I still will vape it and it's not
just,
bad.
Just gave a bottle of it to my mom. I didn't even get to try it. I was like, "Here, do you like this?" She's like, "Yeah, you can have it."
I find like I love artificial watermelon flavor.
Yeah, like watermelon
Like
candy. I
candy
fuck with that.
watermelon,
Jolly
I love
Ranchers,
that.
bro. Fuck.
Yeah. You know
I
what I
actually
mean?
don't really like watermelon Jolly Ranchers, but like watermelon slices, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like the sour watermelon slices.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are fire.
Use some
Like
Sour
watermelon,
Patch
saltwater
watermelon, I'll smash
taffy,
them.
solid. I like that. The
I could do love
watermelon
a good
like
sour
airheads.
watermelon.
Do they have watermelon
Yes,
airheads or
they
am I
do.
thinking? Yeah, they do.
Yep.
Yeah. They're
Kind of
good.
makes me miss some Blasmelon right now, talking about this.
Dude, you know what? Okay, so the one thing about Blaz, I thought that the flavors were good, but they weren't sweet enough.
Oh no.
Like in retrospect, like I know that their whole thing was like they didn't put sweetener, and that's why the blue raspberry was there to like add the sweetness or whatever. But it wasn't sweet enough.
I'm
And you
like
know me, I'm not
literally
even
in
that sweet of
shock
a
to hear
dude.
you say
Yeah.
that sentence.
Well, and you
Dude.
know me, dude. I'm not like a super sweet vapor.
You know
But
what?
That's
like
why I'm shocked to hear you say it.
You
I
know,
just felt like it needed more sweetener to really pop.
you know what I kind of want you to do now?
What's that?
Replicate Blast Mango, but how you would want it done.
Oh, I've thought about doing just even like a raspberry mango, but a blue raspberry mango, I mean, I'm sure I could try to figure that out.
Because, dude, I used to like Blast Mango quite a bit, but I had a very similar thing where just like I'd have to switch it up because it just like after a while, just kind of like, you know,
Yeah,
I
I
felt
just
like
want a
Blasmango
little more
needed more
sweet.
mango.
that too.
Like, I mean,
It
it was
needed more
Blas line.
juicy mango,
Mhm.
but with the juicier mango, you'd need a bit more sweetness. Like I never mix high ever with sweetener, ever. But I'll find other ways to make sure that it tastes right to me. But like I felt like all Blaz, the strawberry Blaz was horrible, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
The other
that was
ones,
just Blas
all the
with
other ones were
something behind
good.
it.
Yeah, all the other ones were good. Even Blaz Peach, I didn't even
Blue
hate, and I
raspberry
don't
or
even
more
really like.
mango, dude, that'd be nuts.
Dude, Blaz Mango was the best for sure.
Yeah, out of all four of them or whatever, because there was a Blast
Yeah,
Peach too, right?
it was Blaz
Yep.
Peach, melon, mango, and berry, I think, but it was supposed to be like strawberry.
Yeah, and it was just Blas.
Yeah, it was just like a Blaz with like a weird flavor that was supposed to be strawberry, I guess. But yeah, dude, they just it always just to me it always needed to be sweeter. Just it would make shit pop harder. I don't know. Like, dude, I never mix. I don't even mix 0.5% really in anything of sweetener. So yeah, like I felt like Blaz was like a 2.5 out of 10 on sweetness, maybe even a 2.
Oh man, did you ever get to try the hell was that raspberry from Connecticut that I was hopped up on? Oh my
Oh, the
god,
one
I
that
can't.
was like raw.
Yeah, raw berry. That's what it was
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
Like that
I
was
did
like
try it.
I don't.
It was like the one thing about it though is like to me the flavor was fine, but once again it was like not sweet enough, and it was really it needed to bump up in percentages. Like it was such a delicate flavor is what my memory was, because I remember I bought a bottle, and by the time I was done it, I was like, this is too delicate. It needs more. It was like, yeah,
I mean,
it's just too
it
light.
definitely didn't like handle our super low high heat vaping for sure. It did
Yeah,
not
like if
handle
I was
that shit
vaping out
well.
like a billet or something at like 30 watts, it probably would have been
Yeah,
different.
that in a single coil.
But on like a 0.1 on a mech, it was just like it just like blew through whatever, and it was such a light flavor.
Dude, Neil, you've got some recipes, bro. He said he's got a recipe called Mangalope. It's mango, cantaloupe, and papaya. And he was saying something earlier about he had a super lime forward liquid, like a strong lime liquid. Mixing it up, dude. Oh yeah.
Dude, I fuck with lime.
Dude, blue raspberry blow pops, Paul, are pretty fire. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh, there, dude. I had a knockoff one the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, it was basically a blow pop just without like the actual name brand. It was a blue raspberry bubblegum pop, like lollipop,
Yeah.
and it was still pretty good.
I honestly can't tell you the last time I had a lollipop, to be honest with you. It's been a long time.
Dude, I
It's
actually
been a
had one
minute.
this week because at this like one like hardware store / whatever store or whatever that like where I work has an account. I have to go in there like maybe once a week or something to get some supplies and shit. And I went in and at the account desk, they had like this huge Tupperware fucking like lollipops or suckers. And I fucking grabbed one and the coworker I was with, he's like, dude, you don't think that those are for kids? I was like, yeah, because kids own businesses and go to get it. I'm like, they're for fucking everybody. You don't like lollipops? And he just like looks at me, he's like, well, when I was a kid, I was like, you're crazy, dude. Like, I'm literally eating this lollipop and it tastes delicious. Didn't get one. Like, that's crazy to me.
Like sorry,
So
you didn't want
recently I had
something
one.
sugary sweet for free.
Yeah, dude. It was like one of those ones, you know, the ones that are like, it's like a pinwheel of all the different colors.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't taste the greatest, but
They're not
they're all
they're not the
right.
greatest, but they're fine. Yeah. They're better
Yeah,
than
they're
not
all
having
right.
one. I'll tell you that.
You know, it makes me miss it. I don't go into the bank anymore because the bank always had the lollipops and shit. But like, I never walk into my bank anymore.
Yeah, dude. It's like the
Dude,
gas station.
You know what I could go for?
I don't walk in anywhere really.
You know what I could go for right now?
Little shed time.
That and some dum-dums.
Dude, oh, don't even say that. Bro, I fucking
Because it's
bought.
like it's the perfect amount, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
one that
well,
you have to sit
if you
there.
have one or two.
Well, that's what I'm saying is it's like it's not one that you have to sit there and commit like fucking an hour to eating this fucking lollipop if you're someone who tries not to fucking bite into the damn thing. But let's be honest, who does that?
Yeah,
No
like
way.
if you do that, you're a psychopath.
But dude, it's like perfect because you can have one or two and not feel super guilty because they're super small. And the flavors, bro. The variety
Dude,
of
the flavors are
bro,
insane.
is
So, yeah.
insane, and
We
all of them are.
we've
delicious,
talked about
bro.
this on a couple of podcasts. We've even dug into it and seen some of the flavors. And people,
Dude,
check out the
there's
Shed Time
some out there
podcast if you want to find
I
out.
haven't even had yet that I need to
Yeah,
try.
there's flavors I had no idea Dum Dum made.
But anyways,
It blew our minds.
let's get a little dum here, Sean. And
Yeah, about that. You know what you guys already know what I'm gonna say to you, right? Go stretch your legs. Maybe grab a drink, hit the restroom, or if you do like we do, inhale that good shit and exhale that bullshit and get down with your shit time.
let's do it. hopefully you guys enjoyed your shed time break. I know we sure as hell did. Still recovering a little bit. Let me get a little swig here.
Yeah, the old manual breathing still.
Yep. Gonna end this poll as well, and with pretty much unanimous decision, we're playing a crowd favorite, a game I actually really enjoy on this here show. It's a game we like to call Who Am I?
Damn, that's a heavy.
Yeah, dude, 90%. So that means what? 19 out of 20 people.
Yeah.
18
18?
out of 20 people.
Yeah. Damn.
Anyhow,
Shout out to y'all.
with that being said, you guys kind of know how this game goes. This is a game where the three of us each pick a person, place, or thing, depending on what the category is for the night. And we keep it to ourselves. And the other two, as well as you guys out there in chat, ask yes or no questions. That is the key to this game, because the person on the other side is only supposed to give us yes or no answers. But if there needs to be a little elaboration, there can be. But the main thing is yes or no questions. So with that being said, tonight's category, what are we thinking? What should we do?
Can you remember what we did last time, anybody?
I know
I think we did RDAs or something.
Was it a vape thing last
Was it?
time?
I thought so.
I don't think
Oh,
we've
wait.
done any vape things in a while.
Dude, we should do fucking e-liquids. Do you think that we could pick popular enough e-liquids that we would all be able to guess it from like either label art or flavor profile or like where it's manufactured? Do you think we could do that, or is that like too hard?
Or what if we do this? Because the three of us have known each other for a very long time, right? What if we think of liquids that were popular within the community? You know what I mean? Because that means there's a lot of different things that could be
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stuff that like we know we'll know because they were in our core group of friends.
Else vape the shit out of, or someone, you know what I mean? That like that kind of thing.
Yeah, if we can contain it to that, yeah, I think that's perfect. That'll tighten the circle enough that we can ensure certainty from all of us.
Okay.
I like that. I like that.
All right, let me think.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
Are you Tango Melon? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Dude, honestly, I was like, what did Swags vape like crazy? No, but I'm not.
Okay. I had to say that one because honestly, that was the first one that popped into my head, and I knew it'd possibly be for you guys too. All right. Are you a bakery flavor?
No.
Okay.
Did you exist in glass bottle days?
I've never seen it in a glass bottle, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't. So I don't know if I can Google
leave that
one.
In the iffy pile.
Yeah, that's like very iffy though.
Okay. Is this something you would have gotten on one of your IVC trips?
No.
Okay. Because there was a real plethora of liquids that people would get from those times. So that singles out a lot of those.
All right. Do you come in a 60 ml bottle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you a fruit flavor?
Yeah. Mainly, yep.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Just needs a battery.
Does your company have a mascot?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
After we get a few more questions in, I'll give you one clue.
I don't
Because
think
It might end up being hard. I don't think it's hard, but it might. So I'll give one clue after
So
a few
you
more
said it
questions.
came in 60 ml bottles?
That's what I've seen it mostly in. It doesn't mean that you couldn't get it in 100, but honestly, I don't think you could. I've only ever seen it in 60s.
Were you a US liquid?
I'm pretty confident that I was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was available everywhere in the US. Yeah.
Okay.
So I assume that it's
Well,
a
that's what I
US
mean.
liquid.
Like something that would be able to get.
Yeah.
Were you popular when we all went to NVE?
No, not with the crowd. No.
Okay.
Oh. Are you surf satisfying?
Yes, motherfucker, dude. Because I was gonna tell you guys in a couple. I'm like, there's actually two people that
Lee
vape
and fucking Aziz, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, boy.
Oh, yeah,
that
dude.
was a
Nice,
good
dude.
pick.
That was a good pick. All right.
Damn.
Thank you for a second.
I like that.
Because
I like
both of
that.
those motherfuckers have vaped a lot of those
Yeah.
bottles, dude.
All right. I've got my pick.
You got yours? Okay.
I sure
Go
do.
for it. You start, Chris.
Are you a dessert flavor?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is very painful.
Yeah, as you can see by my
Yeah.
facial expression of like I'm really struggling to like fully think that part through. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna. This one was, I guess.
Okay.
Do you come in 100 ml bottles?
Fuck, dude.
This
Maybe.
This must be a throwback.
Probably.
All right, Chris.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna for funsies Google it and see if I can find anything to help me like with some of the I don't remember moments.
You might be able to find a Google.
Was this like at any point something that someone vaped like daily?
Yes.
Like it was an ADV
Yes.
for at least one person. Okay.
Yeah. I'm never gonna find this.
Okay.
Fuck.
Was it made by a DIY person?
Yes.
Oh.
You sneaky son of a bitch.
He already
You
knows.
sneaky son of a bitch.
He already knows.
Dude, I'm on a roll tonight, boys.
Was the person that made this liquid a person with a beard?
I'm pretty confident. No.
Sorry, Chris. I have to go for it because I want to
Go.
go.
Do it.
You're pernicious.
Yes, sir.
Oh god.
Bang.
I guess you are kind of a dessert for like
So it's like I guess
Healthcon
kind
or
of
something.
Yeah.
I mean,
and one person,
Shout out to
only
Stan.
one person,
Yeah.
vaped it as an ADV.
Shout out to Stan. All right.
I love Stan. So glad he had his flavor he loved.
yeah, me too.
Hold on. Real quick. Let me do a Google search for this.
Dude, what a tough liquid that was.
There's this
In the most
piece,
respectful way possible.
there's this fucking piece of me that wonders if that was just an elaborate troll and they just sent us like a gag terrible liquid to screw with us, and Stan had this like perfectly delicious e-liquid he was vaping. He's like, no,
Yeah.
send me some gag liquid to just screw with everybody.
I think that it's actually more funny thinking that it was just as bad for him and he loved it. Like to me, like part of it's like, that's super Stan, you know? He would
I
love
mean,
something that was so unique.
I mean, at the end of the day, this goes back to the different strokes for different folks, and everyone's tastes are different. And maybe all of us who tasted it just don't have the same taste buds that he
Yeah,
does.
he has like 1 in like 10 million taste buds.
Because
I actually never heard one person say that they liked it. Never one.
I, I
Other
heard,
than
I
him,
heard
actually,
yeah,
obviously.
I heard a lot of similar opinions and assessments, if you will, of experience. But
Like, I can't believe that e-liquid's been made in the last 3 years.
yeah, I
I
mean,
want to say 5, but I might be wrong on my dates.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to pick this one, but I don't remember enough about it to answer it. So I have to do something
and they made
else.
so many other good e-liquids too that like that liquid shocked me.
I actually never had any other flavor that they made.
Oh, okay, boys.
Paranaceous is the only one.
I'm gonna preface this by saying this one's gonna be tough.
Great. Whose
But
turns
I
first?
feel like if you guys ask the right questions, you can get there. Oh, but I don't know if you're gonna remember the fucking name, dude. Alright, that one's not gonna work. Fuck.
Are you OCBC?
No, that's a good
Were
one.
you caramel waffle cappuccino? I was like, that'd be so nasty. You do as
Let
these
me
is
pick some
two
really like
ADVs.
deep ones. Like
Shit. Um,
You can pick an easy one and do another one after. And by dude, you'll be surprised. Probably the easy one nobody will get.
but still. Um, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
oh man.
Um,
I mean,
Dude, I have one that I could have used. It would have. You guys would never have got it though, but I would have got it if somebody
my
was
my
describing it to me.
my brain's just thinking that like we're talking about vape liquids that we all know that like other people amongst our group have vaped. We are other people.
I know.
Oh, like I'm just
That is
imagining
true. That is true.
like I just pull
Um,
like something that I know from you guys and see if you guys can figure it out. Like, ooh, what could be a
um,
good next round?
shit, dude. Why am I blanking so hard? I had two really good ones, but one I can't remember what the profile was exactly, and one I don't know if you guys will get. Um, fuck.
One of those on the spot moments.
I know, dude. I should have just went with my gut and just went for it, and then if you guys didn't get it, I could give you hints.
You could
Um,
still go back to it. It ain't too late.
you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go with it, and if I need to give you guys some hints, we'll get there. Here, you know what? I will
Fuck yeah.
preface this. Well, maybe that might give it away.
Okay, don't worry. Well,
Okay.
we're just
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
ask
we'll
questions.
get there.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go first. Can I go first?
Yeah.
Do it. Hit it.
Okay. Does does the person that used to or still does, who knows, vape this, still come around somewhat frequently, like either to Discord, into the
The
chat,
person who vapes it.
like the person that or whatever, someone that vapes it. Is this flavor been prevalent by someone who's
Yeah.
kind
Well.
of
Yeah.
still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Dude, this one's gonna be tough, I think, but it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
It's gonna be. Trust me, it'll be worth the payoff.
Yep. We're there. It's good. All right. So let's see. Did you come in 120 ml bottles?
No. No.
No? Okay, so that eliminates anybody that came in a 120.
Are you like an act like a? Are you a proper licensed company?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Did you ever sponsor the Green Room?
No.
Okay.
Not really in any official standing, I would say.
All
I
right.
wouldn't even say necessarily sponsored.
Got it.
Were you a popular liquid even back with like vaping with the Omis?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's a throwback, boys. I'm gonna just put that out there.
All right. Did you sponsor the Omis?
No.
Okay.
Were you made by a DIYer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what up, Steve? I didn't see you sneaking here.
What up, Sivo?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Seamus's question. Did you come in 100 ml bottles?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you have 2 flavors in your line?
No, I think there was a couple.
A couple more than
Yeah, I
that?
think there was a few, like a good like 3 or 4, maybe even more than that.
Okay.
Okay. Were you predominantly fruit flavors in your lineup?
Um, I wouldn't say predominantly, no.
Okay.
Hmm. So as a DIYer, there was at least 3 or 4 flavors. It goes back easily 6 years. Oh, dude, no way you'd pick that.
Are you sure?
Did the person that did the DIY sell any other vape related things?
Yep. I'm gonna preface this to you. I'll even give you guys points if you can't remember the name and you just get the profile.
Yeah, I don't. Where my brain's going right now, I don't remember a single fucking profile. So hopefully it's not that. Hopefully I hear something that switches that out of my brain.
Like I said, it was gonna be a tough one, and that's why I kind of thought about maybe not doing it. But
Did a large number of the Stooge crew buy from this person's e-liquid line?
I don't know
Or
if
e-liquids.
I don't know if a huge group did.
Okay. It's not something that like all of us were vaping at some point.
Well, I'll here.
Most people probably had tried something, but
Let me say this: a lot of people have purchased things from this person.
is this person still alive?
No.
Okay. Dude, that's where I was going. That's so crazy, bro. I was right. Oh, all right.
All right. I have nowhere to go on this.
All right.
Okay, are you a witch's brew?
I am.
Dude, okay, I know the profile even,
Okay.
but I can't remember. I'm trying to
Oh,
remember
Well,
the
if you know
fucking
the-
are you
name, bro.
Nightshade?
Fuck yeah, I am, Sean.
Dude,
still
I couldn't
have a
remember what it
bottle,
was
bro.
called, dude. I couldn't remember what it was called.
It's
I knew it
pitch
was
black
pitch black.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I still have a bottle. Dude, this shit's got to be old as fuck.
I
Oh
would
my
assume
God.
it's been
I
it's
wanna just-
been
That shit was
Dude, it smells so. It smells,
spot on.
bro.
Man,
Honestly, part of me wants to still vape.
I
this,
would.
bro.
I would
I
try
mean,
it.
you could have like some.
You know what
Why
I'll
not?
do? I'll rewick it. I'll rewick this tiny little thing because it's just got tiny little wicks, and I'll just take a couple toots.
Yeah, dude, why
Yes.
not?
I won't do it right now,
Yeah.
but maybe next week.
Yeah, get you
What's
a little
another
bit of
week, bro?
Yeah, get you a
It's
little
literally
nostalgia.
nothing. It's absolutely nothing.
All right.
Okay,
Let's-
I can go again.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Go for it.
I'll try to think of something less deep cut this time.
I've already figured out what I'll do next, so we get
Okay,
there.
I'm just hoping by the time it gets to me, my next one's not picked.
I'm
Yes. Well, no. Mark had more of a goatee. R.I.P. to Mark.
yeah,
He
Mark
was
had
far
a
away.
he had a goatee. I don't remember really having a big beard. He had like a long goatee. Like his
Yeah,
goatee
he
was
had a
probably not much
mustache
shorter
and-
than like it would be like if I was this.
I think there's different variations of it throughout the time that we knew him.
That's true.
Fucking missed the shit out of that guy.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm ready.
Okay.
Start off, Sean.
Are you made in the USA?
No.
Okay.
Are you a Canadian e-liquid?
Yes.
Are you mango bees?
No, dude. That would actually been a fucking good one. That would have been a good one. Fuck. I should have picked that one.
Okay, so Canadian liquid.
You mango bees. Oh shit.
How long has that bottle been steeping? Years, bro. Years.
At least
Probably
what,
half a
4?
decade.
Yeah.
5?
At least
Yeah.
four, maybe 5 years, dude. It's
Well, how long ago did Mark pass away? It has to have been like 3 years ago now.
Well, that was the last bottle I had got from him. And like who knows when so it's like
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. It's a long time, dude. At least 3 years minimum. 4 maximum. I would say. Yeah, that's all. I'll knuckle it and stuff first, as long as it's not too pepperminty. Take a couple of ripskis on it because it's been in a box.
Oh,
Under
it
my
probably
bed.
won't be that pepperminty.
It should be good. Oh, where are we at?
It's your
Oh.
question.
It's
my
your question.
It's not mango bees.
yeah, not mango bees. Canadian e-liquid. Are you a 12 Monkeys flavor?
No.
Shit, now I'm gonna have to try to rack my brain on Canadian e-liquids.
Okay. Are you a fruit liquid?
No.
Are you a custard?
Yes.
You bastard! Did you do what I think you did?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think he did. He did it.
Are you made by a DIYer?
Yes.
Take your crown, sir.
But here's the thing, bro. There's a couple of them, dude. But wait, did we ask if he was a custard?
Yep.
Yeah. That was your last question.
Are you LC from Testing Grounds?
No.
God damn it! I was hoping to go 3 for 3, bro.
So I was like, please just take your crown. Are you from before a time
In
when?
in 2020. So yeah, 5 years ago, dude.
Let's see. How do I want to ask this question?
Dang, 5 years ago. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
He is Testing Grounds earned. Now we just got to narrow it down from BC, BC, SC.
Yeah.
there
Are
any
you
other
the
ones?
OG butterscotch?
No.
He's fucking vanilla, god damn it.
I am, yeah, dude. Because there was at least me and Sammy that were like vaping it all the time.
Anybody that got it though was.
But it definitely was. There was enough people that did.
I was
vape
definitely heavy on the LC for sure. I still have a couple bottles.
Yeah.
Keeping stashed and crap.
Like I sold the most bottles of VC. It was like VC, then BC, and then fucking PBCC would be like the top three that I sold.
All right, shit. So it's my turn again now, huh?
No, it would be mine.
Yeah, it's Sean's.
Yeah. So go ahead.
And you're good, right?
Whoever wants to.
Okay.
Lead us off, James.
Are you a flavor? Are you a liquid? The three of us have vaped at least on the show a few times.
Yes.
Okay, so it's one that the three of us are into. So that's a good start.
Well,
or at least
one
we've
of
all
us.
vaped it a couple of times.
Yeah, we've all at least tried it. So that helps because I feel like I kind of know. But still, that's.
Are you a fruit flavor?
I am.
Okay. Do you come in 60 ml bottles?
No.
Okay, so that knocks one off the old list.
Yeah, I was gonna guess lemonberry.
See that's not it, Ern. I thought that's why I said you come in 60s, bro, because that's all you can get it in.
Here you go, Aaron. That's good thinking. That's good thinking.
I literally look down and what do I see?
Dude, I got empty bottles on my desk and a couple full bottles on my desk.
My mom came in looking for liquid the other day, and I had 3 bottles of Blast off of my box, and I was like going through stuff, and I looked at her and I looked down, and I was like, "You can't have any of that." I was like, anything else? Fair game. That? No.
Were you made in a lab?
Yes.
Okay. Are you made by what some say are made by a person that some say is the nicest guy in the vape community? AKA Brown Vapor. They're made by Eric.
Because he also has 60 ml bottles, my friend.
Yeah, but not all. I don't think all of his stuff comes in 60s.
Good. Oh, you know what? He stopped making them in most of them. You're right. You're right. He used to come in 60s.
He used to with side A and side B. He did.
Like a couple of the other ones he makes in 60s and high neck, but a lot of the other flavors he doesn't. But either way, so it's still.
It's not Eric. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's a fruit flavor. James, did we ask if everybody on the show or it's ever been vaped on the show? That was
that was my first question.
That was, and he said yes.
Yes. So we've all vaped it at least once.
Were you introduced into the community by one person, like pretty strongly, or was it, you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking I have another question if that's yes or no.
So
like someone came in and was like, "Oh, dudes, have you tried this?"
So like, yeah, have you guys tried this? And then someone else tried it and they're like, "Yo," and then someone else tried it. Like it was a wildfire liquid. That's what maybe I should ask.
That's a good way to put it.
I wouldn't say that's how it happened. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. Do we have any connection to the person or people involved in making this liquid?
I'm gonna say a little more than a yes, and I'm gonna say yes in that if you wanted to get a hold of this person, you could definitely work some channels to get there.
Okay. 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 That's a good question.
We know the right people that we
Yeah.
could that like we could definitely be talking to that person if we want to. Yes.
That's a good question.
Are you made by Homeboy?
Yes, sir. I am made by Homeboy.
Oh.
Mango, baby.
That is
You're
correct,
welcome.
sir.
You're welcome.
Okay. Let me think here. Let me think. Oh. I got it, dude. This one might also be kind of tough. But if you ask the right questions,
it's
lead
all
you
right because you've already won the night.
Yeah.
So this is just for fun now.
This one is for fun. This one is for fun.
Ask
the right questions and it'll lead you down the right path. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Don't focus so much.
Uh,
I'm already ready to ask this question. Are you ready?
Ahead.
Were you loved by Vapor Swaggins?
No.
Are
Shout
you
out to
Is that what?
those.
Are you a dessert flavor?
No.
No.
Okay. Were you vaped often by Poon Sauce?
No. You guys are going down the right path though.
Were you ever vaped by? No, I'm gonna sorry. Retract that. I'm not going. I got caught in that because you said that, and like I need to switch.
No.
Yeah, you do those questions.
yeah,
I'll keep going down the other
yeah.
Did you
see what happens?
Were you made in a lab?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Were you made by a person who was a major part of our community?
Yes.
Okay. I have a great sense of where you might be going.
Yes.
So, all right. Come on, Chris.
Have you fallen off from the community? Like you're not really around. Like it might have been quite a while since we've seen them.
Oh no.
Okay.
Like we definitely see this person.
Okay. Are you the main person who vapes your liquid?
Oh yeah.
Come on, Chris. I'm trying to serve this one to you.
I'd say maybe the only one.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to serve this to you, Chris. Come on. Do it.
No, honestly,
And maybe the only thing this person vapes.
Oh, are you Michelle Lynn's Clove?
Fuck yeah, dude.
I needed that
Yes.
extra right there.
Shout out to
I needed that
Michelle.
Yes,
extra right
bro.
I had to do it. And honestly,
I
it
love
worked
that you
out to
did.
be perfect timing. I'm not gonna lie.
It did.
Shout outs to all of the homies, the Omies.
Yes, that was a fun one.
The Shedheads, the Stooges, the cool kids. Just anybody that we've crossed paths with over the years. shout outs to you. Whether you've contributed, liquid recommendations, device recommendations, cotton coils, whatever. You know what I mean? It all got us to this point, and it all has kept
the
us off
journey.
the stinkies. So at the end of the day, yeah, shout outs to everybody, and shout outs to you too as well, Sean, Chris. You guys definitely
yeah,
helped me
dude.
along the journey.
Yeah, for real.
Everyone that's been a part of my journey, I'll remember forever, good or bad.
Definitely, man. And
We
with
say it
that,
all the time, the vape fam is the shit, man. They're some of the best community that we've ever encountered. And it's the
Hell
truth,
yeah.
man.
with that, I think it's time for us to go ahead and wrap this thing up. So, Chris, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over to you, man.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you. Chat was really helpful tonight. You guys made me have a good Friday night. Check out shedtimepodcast.com. Go over there, give it a click, help us out, give us some reviews if you have the opportunity to. And I think that's everything for me. So everybody be safe. Have a good week. Sean.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, thank you everybody who checks in with us every week. We really do appreciate it. And of course, thank you to all y'all that catch us in the replay. It means the world to us. So with that, you know what I'm going to tell you? Don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, try and have some fun.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to end this episode with my favorite segment of the week. It's time for a little bit of Confucius Say. And today, our wise words of wisdom, food for thought to think about from my main man. And today, Confucius Say, man who sleeps like baby doesn't have one. So with that being said, let's go ahead and end this episode. So those of you who may have a baby or child that you have been neglecting for the past hour and a half watching our dumbasses, get back
Shame
to
on
it.
you.
And with that, enjoy your weekend out there. Be safe. We love you guys. And we'll catch you guys next week for something.
Another fun time.
Yeah. You'll have to wait and see. But with that being said, we're going to end as we always do, sending out all those positive vibes. Chris by fives. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads. Bye.